There's nothing wrong or nothing sneaky about about asking for help. I want to ask you about your views on mentorship and the mentorship culture, particularly in the UK for us. I mean, a couple of times during this conversation, you've referred to a mentor or mentors of yours, and I regularly talk about the fact that I have people now that I consider my mentors. Maybe on a formal basis, maybe informal, maybe friends. Maybe people I've specifically go to for an individual question, or maybe just people I like to I guess pick their brains and vice versa. But I always say that I wish I understood the kind of the process of having formal mentors much earlier in life. I mean, it's probably only when I was 32, 33 that I even realised I maybe had a mentor at some point in my 20s. What I would do now to be able to go back and cherry pick these people and have them in my teens, I think would have completely changed. Well, certainly some of the bad things that happened along my journey wouldn't have happened, and it could, very much improve my trajectory. I mean, and I think for me the reasoning behind it is, the UK culture is, we're shy, we don't like to ask for help. We want to, I don't know, I think we want the kudos, if you like, of saying that we're self-made, when the reality is none of us are self-made in any way, shape, or form. I mean, what's do you agree with me?
Yeah, I think I haven't got a formal mentorship structure, but I think coming back to some of the earlier things we talked about, surrounding yourself with the very best people you can get means that mentorship is already in there. And it comes naturally and spontaneously. So for me, it works better that way. I like to just roll with things. But for other people, it might work better in a more formal setting where you have a sit down, once every month or something, and it's an opportunity to just basically talk. So no, I really think that's something that people need. Getting that support for mental health, blowing steam off, getting advice, and the more diverse your support and discussion group is, the more likely you are to make sure you've heard all the arguments that are possible, and you've had all the advice that's possible from the different angles before you decide which one you want to take up.
Yeah, and I think for me as well, it's about knowing that different people have got different skill sets or different viewpoints, that they may not be as successful as you in certain areas, but they're not the areas you need fixing.
Exactly.
And again, maybe it's a British thing, or maybe it's a thing of the 2000s or whatever, that normally it's people tend to bring it back to money, and it's like, oh well, I've got more money than him, so I know more than him. But it's a ludicrous comment. I mean, I went for a good friend of mine. We went for a walk on Sunday night. He rang me a couple of days before. He said, and this guy's worth 10 times what I've worth. He's got super expert in many areas, but he got a particular problem that he says, can we go for a walk, and I want to pick your brains about something. And I guess, for me, the kind of two lessons in that were, I guess, having the lack of ego, to be prepared to take advice from someone who isn't as successful as you in certain areas, but probably has a different viewpoint and is more successful than you in others. And also, the key thing, there's nothing wrong or nothing sneaky about asking for help. Or picking someone's brains. I mean, I went for dinner with a friend of mine last night. We're friends. We do business together. And I said, I'm in town. We've not seen you for a while. I want to have some dinner. But also, I've got two or three things I want to pick your brain on and get your advice on. And I think so many people see it as underhand or taking a favour. But he's as happy to help me as I am to ask a question. And when he needs something in the future, it'll be a different thing, because obviously he's going to need different help from me. But you're there to scratch each other's back and pick each other's brains.